I'm Dominic Kelly. I'm a professional storyteller, and I've been working in this school, in Cedars Infant School, since the beginning of the second half of the autumn term, so beginning of November.
We've been doing this creative partnerships now for 3 years it's been, and it's kind of like the kind of finishing off final products that we've been doing now.
Dominic tells lots of stories, just not using any books and things like that, and just using the children's imagination.
He's obviously a fantastic storyteller, and getting people like that in school has been really good for such young children to take loads of skills and things. He came in first of all and literally was just getting to know the children, telling them fun stories, and straight away, even just his presence as he walked through the room, they just took to him.
He tells us different kinds of funny stories, and sometimes he makes us laugh when he does it. We've been learning stories, and the names are Jack and the Mermaid, and the Frost and Lady Jack, the Fire Witch, the Belly Button Monster, and Grandmother Spider.
We've been working on oral storytelling, so adapting and retelling traditional stories, looking at creation myths. The children have been creating their own creation myths or adapting creation myths, taking ownership of them. And the focus really is on trying to find ways of codifying the oral storytelling process to allow young children to access it.
So he tells the stories and the children listen to them, and then afterwards they worked in twos, tell each other the story and then flick between the two children.
They then decided which story they wanted to tell in each class. They had a vote. We talked about the stories.
It's just tiny little skills that Dominic's taught us to be able to work with the children, to be able to retell stories, has really helped them to be able to retell them to each other.
So we use techniques like jam loading, which is where you give the children the challenge of retelling the story to a partner in a tiny amount of time. 60 seconds or 90 seconds, and that means they're doing a huge amount of processing in their minds, but it also feels like a game. Some of them started adapting the stories, putting their own animals into the stories, making up their own second half.
And Coyote knocked on the Fire Witch's door, and then the Fire Witch said, "What do you want?" I said, "Can I come in your fire?" And the Fire Witch said, "No!" Then the Fire Witch just slammed the door.
Of course, at the end of a storytelling project, even though the process is what's important, you need an audience to tell the story to. So what we had today was an event which I sometimes call a story fair. The children deciding for themselves how they'd like to tell the stories in pairs or in groups.
They'd chosen their own areas in the school, they'd chosen what setting they wanted to and how they wanted to put themselves and everything. This has all literally come from the children. So when they went out to perform, having a different audience than just myself or Dominic or their friends was really good for them, for their confidence to say, actually, this is what I've done, you don't know me, but I'm going to show you what I know.
You're in charge, so you decide when to start. So you've got butterfly, giraffe, what's the next animal?
Tiger.
Tiger, all right, hang on. Butterfly, giraffe, tiger.
Now he broke a bit of the light, he put it on his tail, he went down, 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 and his tail was burning, and he went, ow! He put it in the pan, he put it on his back, he went down, 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 then everyone threw it up. Rabbit stood up and he said that we can't carry on like this. The Fire Witch went to sleep, and then Coyote stole some of the fire, and all the animals couldn't see each other, so Rabbit stood up and he said, I saw the light in the crack in the sky where the light comes from, backwards and forwards, until then Udin and his brothers managed to kill the massive frost giant, and when the massive frost giant. And that's why there's light all around us right now.
pretty much 100% of the children have English as an additional language. They're only 5 and 6 years old. So simply to stand up and retell a story with no script, no prompts, no props, nothing like that, just coming out with it from inside in the moment is a great achievement.
I can see every child, they've progressed in confidence, in their self-esteem. A lot of them, they will just have a go now at writing, so their storytelling has gone into their writing. They know how to structure a story, they know how to keep the audience involved when they're doing a written story, not just a spoken story now. Their speaking and listening has gone through the roof.
The whole class have developed through working with Dominic, through speech, volume of the voice, even teamwork. There's been a lot of teamwork because they've gone to work in groups of 4.
It's a magnificent outlet for self-expression for young people, and you see really rising levels of confidence in them.
I don't tend to tell stories in the class, you read the story, and I think that's what's really helped this process, because Dominic is a storyteller rather than a story reader.
The storyteller is not only telling the story to the audience in the moment, but they're also their own director. So in your head, you're automatically thinking, how am I going to tell the next bit? What do I want to do with my body, with my voice, and so on? And for children to experience that, it allows their personality to bubble up in ways that in other aspects of curricular life in school, it can be hard for that to happen.
After the story, they have to clap to the storyteller. When they do the action, they make it feel real. You have to move your body, you have to do some actions. We can have fun with the story, we can do action with the story, we can speak louder, and your body makes your voice go louder. I enjoyed the Fire Witch story when that Habib went ow!
Okay, everybody, well done. There was some lovely storytelling there.
Sometimes they make you laugh, and sometimes they always make good stories up, and it's really nice when it's really funny.